And she's going to go back to her question from Link.
So
that was to us, right?
That was to you.
That was to me?
That's a you. That was out of yours.
Right. There we go.
So BitLink, or Link as we call him, back when we were in college, he used to wear a Rooster Teeth sweater, which is also a YouTube channel.
We love it.
And it was just a picture of a rooster and a picture of like those little wind-up teeth that would chatter across something. And somebody gave him the nickname of Cockbite. And that was the thing that we called him, or called you if you're watching, forever. So how's it going, Cockbite?
Also, no apologies whatsoever. I love that name for you, man.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
And your question for Dom was, what was your first video game?
My first video game, because I'm a little bit older than most of our viewers, just a little bit older. My first game, shut it. Wasn't that old? Okay, so my actual first video game that I played that I can remember and owning was Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, I played, see the things though, like I played Super Mario, the first one, but I didn't own it, or I did, maybe, I'm not totally sure, but what I remember of owning was Sonic the Hedgehog, the first one. Then after that it was Sonic 2 when Tails came introduced, and also 3 when Knuckles came introduced. Can you tell I'm a little bit of a, Sega Genesis type of nerd? Just saying.
And it is from Lexi. We love you. It's, what is your best memory? So, my best memory, that's a hard one, but it is probably when, that's really a hard one. We're gonna edit all of this silence out. My best memory is probably going to be the Thanksgiving that I was in the hospital. The only memory I have from that day is eating pumpkin pie, because it was the only thing I wanted, and I literally slept the rest of the day. But like, I had a bunch of friends in my hospital room. They were playing video games. There were a bunch of people. There were like 6 or 7 people in that little room, not counting myself. And it was just like all of that love that I felt. And like my boyfriend at the time trying to steal my pumpkin pie, and I stabbed him with my fork. So that's the one I can think of right now. Okay, so mine is, I know we're not editing that pause because that was awesome. I love my but anywho, my best memory was when I was 10 years old, and my mom surprised me with my friends going to a, first we had pizza at this place called CJ's, right there on where I live at on 6th Street. And also there was a $1 movie theater right there too as well. We ate pizza, and then we brought the rest of my friends to the movie theater, and we saw, I don't want to make myself seem more old than I was, but we saw Indian in the Cupboard. That was one of my memories. And also what my mom surprised me with, which I didn't remember that we made this promise, was after that, like about 2 months or 3 months after that, we're gonna go to Walt Disney World. It was the most fun I ever had in my life, man. That is by far my best memory ever. And also my aunt was there too as well. The one who did live in California. Yeah. My turn. Let's do this. Concentrate, concentrate, concentrate. Ah! That's 2. I only want 1.
Alright, let's do this. Okay, so this one is from, what? Who's it from? Oh, this is
it's one of mine. Yeah, it's a made-up question.
Made-up question to her. Okay. What fictional character do you find most inspiring? I think I know this answer, but you don't. So go ahead.
So my most inspirational fictional character is Katniss Everdeen from Hunger Games, which is the answer he knew. I first read the book series when I was in the hospital the first time for my first bone marrow transplant, and what I was going through was absolutely terrifying. We had never even heard of like having a bone marrow transplant before, and I read that series, and you know, Katniss Everdeen is like 12 years old, and or like 13 or 14 maybe, I don't remember exactly, but she's going through the Hunger Games, and she's obviously terrified the whole time. She has no idea if she's going to live or if she's going to die, and that's exactly how I felt at 20 years old, being told that I should be dead. And then my aunt Debbie got me the Hunger Games series, and I stopped reading the series that I was reading to read that series, and it was just something I held dear to me. If you're my friend on Facebook, I'll often share a status that I wrote 6 years ago, 5 years ago, where it's, I want to be brave like the fictional characters I read, and that's in reference to Katniss Everdeen.
Yep. All right. My turn for this one.
Okay.
Because I got that one and just this one. All right. For us, Amy. Amy. Cool friend of ours from Theater Times. Do you go to college? What are you studying? Okay, so that's for both of us. I actually want Kat to answer this first one.
So I'm not currently in school. I plan on going back to school some point near in the future. I am going to school. I am studying to be a graphic designer. I want to work in the film and movie industry, creating those fancy movie posters you see in the theaters, or like maybe working with a specific theater company in their advertising and marketing department. That would be really fun. I also want to, like, if I could, I would like to work with Universal and their advertising and graphic department. That would be a huge thing. I also want to work with pediatric hospitals in advertising for their survivorship programs, or their, like at City of Hope, we have, every May we have the bone marrow transplant reunion, where it's a huge celebration of like a rebirth kind of thing, because that's what they consider getting new bone marrow.
Yep. All right, and for me, I am going to college. Well, not right now. I had to take a little break, personal reasons. But I'm going to college for music and also psychology. Now, psychology is my minor, but music is going to be my major. And also, I'm going to get back into music pretty soon. And that's the reason why, if you guys are a fan of mine, my other channel, which is Design List, I said in there that I'm going to be focusing on more stuff. That's one of the main focuses, is going to be my music. That's going to be on the page as well too. But we're also going to have music on this channel as well too, that I'm going to be promoting, and she's going to be doing graphics over it as well too. So thank you for that question, Amy. Go ahead.
I have another question from Amy. Amy asked like 11 or 12 questions, so there are going to be a lot from her, or you if you're watching. Amy, we love you. And Amy wants to know if you've ever been fired from a job.
Yes, I have been fired from a job. I've been fired from a job because they thought I was stealing. Now, my big pet peeve of any employee is theft. So them accusing me of stealing was by far the lowest thing I ever had. I filed for unemployment, and also I never speak to those people ever again. I never shop there anymore either. So yeah, that's mine. That's me sticking it to the man, even though I really didn't stick it to nobody. But I'm happy where I'm at now.
We can stick this post-it note to somebody.
I guess you can stick it to the man, because I am the man. Gosh.
That was amazing. All right, so another us question is from Jasmine.
Oh God.
How did we meet? We met at RCC.
How's this together if you're gonna answer it?
Well, it's an us question, so I can tell my side and you tell your side.
Oh, okay. No problem.
Because I'm sure you have different memories of me than I have of you.
Oh, I have a lot of memories.
I bet you do.
Anyways.
So we met at RCC. We had the same group of friends, but we didn't really know each other until I was in the hospital. Like, he was just that weird kid that rode rollerblades and had snake bites, and that's basically what he was for a really long time until he started coming to the hospital. He was one of the few friends that was there from the beginning to end, and is still here at the end.
Well, my memory, same thing too as well. I actually was riding the RTA bus, and I was just minding my own business because I wanted to see my friend Tremaine. Hey Tremaine. He doesn't have a Facebook anymore, but he might have a YouTube, so yeah, still pointing it out there. Also, I was just driving. I was actually in my rollerblades, and I just said, let me just ride to school. So I was on my rollerblades, and I'm just running through, so like that, saying hello to Tremaine. Saw a glimpse of her in her afro at the time because she had her sister's bones in her. So she had a nice little puff right there.
We'll insert a picture somewhere.
Yeah. But, yes, that's what happened mostly was that, yeah, we met for like a quick minute. She thought I was a weird kid. I really didn't want to respond to her either because I didn't like the way that she looked at me. She looked at me like I was odd for riding on rollerblades. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like that, right
like
there.
this, like this?
Pretty much.
This look
Just-
right here.
Just pretty much just like that.
It's okay.
Aww. Now you're gonna make me forget everything.
Good. Yay.
But anywho, after that, I get a call from our good friend Anessa at the time. She's a really good friend still. It's just I got a call, I got a text actually saying, hey, would you like to come down to the City of Hope to help out Kat and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, yeah, I don't really know the girl that much, but I'm down for it. And from there, we just bonded. From there, we bonded a little bit. Then we bonded more over time and more over time. And she still owes me $6 from her Jack in the Box munchie meal.
Christmas present. That was a Christmas present. I don't owe you anything.
No.
It was literally the only thing I asked from you for Christmas.
And you never ate it.
I know.
But that's a different story for a different time.